AITA for not wanting to use my college fund to pay for my brother's treatment? I am not the original poster. That is UTHRA77474. They posted in r, am I the asshole? Trigger warning. Child illness. Less than. Mood spoiler. A pretty fair outcome. Less than. Original post. July 11th, 2023. My parents divorced when I was about 7 because my dad had admitted to having an affair. My mom and I moved out of our house and into an apartment while my dad immediately moved his mistress into our house because she was pregnant with my twin brothers. My mom was devastated, but she quickly picked herself up for us. She went back to school, and as a result, she continued climbing up in her career. My mom adjusted better to going from a double-income household to a single income and was able to contribute a substantial amount of money to my college fund. My dad, on the other hand, had a harder time as he now has to support a family of 4, sometimes 5 on a single income as his wife is a som. My dad did not have much disposable income and so did not contribute as much to the fund. I'm going to finish school soon and I have a good shot at getting into my first choices of college. Unfortunately, my brother, 10M, was diagnosed with a kidney disease which has progressed to where he needs to be on dialysis. My dad is drowning in medical debt, so my mom agreed he no longer needed to pay child support. The specialist had suggested a different treatment for my brother as most other treatments didn't help or stopped working, and they are running out of options short of a transplant. Not doable at this time. This treatment is not covered by insurance and costs a lot. My dad can't take out a loan due to debt. Dad and his wife sat me down when I was over and asked if I would be willing to let them borrow my college fund to pay off my brother's treatment. They offered to pay the money back, but I knew they wouldn't be able to. I really don't want to give them the money because I know if I don't get any scholarships I wouldn't be able to go to the college I want to without going into debt myself. My future would be at risk, and I know my dad wouldn't help if I needed it. In addition, the money technically belongs to my mom. I can't just give it away, and I know she would refuse to give them the money. My dad and his wife are furious at both my mom and I and is trying to guilt me into it. I do feel terrible for my little brother. AITA? ETA. My dad does have a second job that he works on the weekend. And his wife homeschools the boys and is a full-time caregiver for my brother. My dad's family disowned him when the affair came to light. He did get some help from his brother and sister, but they can only give so much. I do think I was his last option. His wife did not have a lot of family. Lastly, of course I would feel bad if something happened to my brother. He's just a little kid. But I would want to help him with my own money, and I can only do that if I start my career debt-free. I also don't want to risk my own future. Relevant comments. Make sure he does not have access to the account. He does not have access. Only mom does. They actually started saving when I was born. Dad stopped contributing completely when the twins were 5. Oop is voted NTA. Update. Same post. July 12, 2023. Next day. So after I called my mom, she left work early and picked me up from Dad's house. She took me for coffee and I explained what happened. After talking a bit, she said I could either keep the fund as is and not give Dad the money, or we can take the money that Dad had contributed and give that back to him. I told her I wanted to give Dad back the money he put in. After we finished our coffee, Mom withdrew the exact amount Dad put in over the years. Mom also matched the amount and added it to give to Dad. I waited in the car while she gave Dad the money, and he was upset because the money wasn't enough. Mom told him that is all he's going to get from her and threatened to take him to court if he and his wife keeps harassing me. This is probably the last update as I am going low contact with Dad for now. Thank you everyone of the genuine support and the advice. A reminder that I am not the original poster. Do not comment on the original post. OOP's mother is a seriously classy act. So dad probably got like $5,000 at the most and burned the last bridge with his son. My takeaway is that we need universal healthcare. OOP's dad doesn't deserve OOP and their mom. Deciding to give back what he put in the fund and match it was beyond generous, and if the brother wasn't sick, OOP's dad should get nothing. Cheaters are garbage. It's not enough, bro. It's more than you had before! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Wow, dad of the year here, S. I get where the dad is coming from. He's only focused on saving the younger son, but he's doing it at the expense of the older ones, who by all accounts was somewhat neglected. It's an unfortunate situation, but you reap what you sow. There's such a thing as reaping what you sow, but the audacity of this man to ask the child he abandoned for their college fund, aka sacrificing their future. A child. Even if he wasn't reaping what he sowed. Who in their right mind would expect their ex to pay for their new child, new family's care? That was really generous of OOP and her mom to give what dad contributed. And from what it sounds, it's exactly the low amount that he contributed throughout the years. OOP's dad and stepmom can eat it. The biggest asshole is the USA healthcare system and pricings, but OOP's dad comes in at a close second. OOP's mom is so wonderful. Wow. The grass is not always greener. But OOP's dad and stepmom are still the same entitled assholes they were when they started affairing. Poor kid. So glad the mom has her child's back on this. The father just burned the bridge with his son. America's healthcare system is an obscenity. Unless the dad works 24/7, Sam could get an evening job and he could watch the kids. Also, even on dialysis, the little brother could go to public school and the others could as well. She could then work during the day. That may not work if the brother can't leave the house, or if there are kids who aren't old enough for school. I had a student who did her dialysis as soon as she got home and they made it work. Glad OP is going low contact. OP's mom was gracious and matched the amount, and he still had the audacity to be upset that it wasn't enough? The asshole here is the country not having universal health care. That's a generous deal, honestly. That's heartbreaking for the 10Y. He never asked for any of this. Hope he pulls through. Mom is a kind woman. OOP and his mom are kinder than me. Especially mom, since she matched the amount, but they have to tread carefully and have boundaries too. Their kindness, since the dad proved himself to be selfish. I wonder why the idea of one twin donating their kidney to their twin is not a possibility. I thought it would be great successful chance given they have same genetics and low chance of rejection. Next thing you know they'll be asking for his kidney too, unamused.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.